You are now listening to Mr. Z Blackneffect.
Fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use. I think we got everything, everyone. I think we got everything. We have everything we need. I think so. I think so. So we will be responding to Lady Boulay, um, who actually is speaking on black men in the black manosphere liberating black women. Apparently, black men in the black manosphere, with all of this sexist, misogynistic, misogyny noir, colorism, featureism, texturism, fat phobia towards black women, has liberated black women, right? According to how Lady Boulay is speaking, black women were minding their business on the internet, right? And out of nowhere, they were sideswiped by sexist black men who eventually started the black manosphere, and all we do is speak about how horrible black women are, and it's liberated black women, don't you know? And well,
I'm done. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
huh? From the cradle to the grave, it's always Jermaine's fault. Shout out to Louis Conyer, Red Pill Sleeper Cell, Louis with the thumbnail. That thumbnail is fire. Thank you very much. Right? He had it to me in short order. Shout out to him. Right? Ah. And let's read this one now. And Inspired Truth says, the urge to do that stat-based reaction video is strong. Why'd you make me watch that, Z? Look, Inspired Truth, go ahead. Hit her, because guess what? I already got Medium Man on deck. I'm not saying Medium Man endorses Mr. Z, right? Because Lady Boulay, in her advanced age, forgot that we too have the internet. And we have stats on our side. We have statistics on our side. We have the facts on our side. And it makes it real difficult for Lady Boulay, or any black woman for that matter, or any non-black person, to speak as if there's some victim of black men. Black men wake up every day preying on whoever, particularly black women in this case. So Inspired Truth, go ahead and drop that. So I guess I should be saying y'all be prepared for Inspired Truth to be responding to Miss Lady Boulay also. Lady Boulay speaking like out of nowhere. Black men just out of nowhere took the barbershop talk and bought it online, and it's black women ain't ish. Right? So you better believe Mr. Z has the recording, but of course I do. Of course I do. And so we will be reviewing it. It's not that long. Hopefully this stream won't be that long, Z. Now we know you, Z. True. We're gonna try to get out of here. We're gonna try to get out of here in a I ain't even gonna say it. I won't even land. With that, let's get underway. So we're gonna do our fair use again. Fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use. And once again, Inspired Truth, thank you for the super chat. And AB, I did get your message. AB, I did get your message. Shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson, excuse me. Right? Apparently she got arrested for speeding in Florida 100 miles an hour or something, maybe over 100 miles an hour. So yes, I got your message, AB. Right? So let's get underway.
Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, y'all know that the Black Manosphere has been on my list for some time now, ever since I've been on social media and found out what their mentality towards Black women was. But today, I'm giving a shout out to the Black Manosphere. So shout out to the men of the Black Manosphere because they have been more instrumental than anything in the liberation of Black American women. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. So the way it came across to me, the Black Manosphere space was originally built to diminish Black women, but it ended up expanding Black women's global visibility, desirability, and options. And I just want to thank them again for letting the world know that Black women ain't shit and that Black men have all these options and that they ought to get their passports and go all around the world looking for women that are good enough for them. So I want to thank the Black Manosphere for that. So here's the background. For decades, Black women assumed they were aligned with Black men in the struggle for progress, family, and community. The belief was we're building together, we're fighting the same fight, we're on the same team. But history shows us that that alignment wasn't symmetrical because Black women were thinking one thing and Black men were thinking something entirely different.
I don't think we are going to solve the question of racism until we solve the question of sexism, or until both are solved simultaneously. So that women's liberation, after many years of struggling with race liberations, women's liberation has become, in a sense, for me personally, a priority. The Black male, like the Black female, will not be liberated until we have a free society. It seems to me obvious by now that a 10% minority, even if it were 100% organized, in the economic and to some degree political and social powerlessness that Negroes have in this country today, cannot bring about a successful revolution, or I would prefer to say a successful transformation of society. The very weight of numbers and the very pervasiveness of the female presence, which cannot possibly be segregated, holds out, it seems to me, potential hope for a successful transformation of.
Is that not a Black woman? Is she not telling Black men, yeah, we gonna line over here with the white women, and if you don't get down and lay down, or if you don't get down, we're gonna make you lay down, and when you lay down, you're gonna stay down? Is that not a Black woman saying, oh, we going this way, and if you're not going this way, then well, I guess you're roadkill? Aligned, right, Lady Boulay? Lady Boulay, you're too advanced in age to actually believe what you're saying. So it's either you're ignorant or you're a propagandist. Maybe a little bit of both. Lady Boulay, I don't think you're ignorant. So that means you're a liar and a propagandist. Oh, you didn't know that Black women sold out Black men for white women. Oh, you thought Black men were just making that up. Yeah, about that. Huh? Oh, you didn't know. You thought we was just making that up. Well, there's your evidence right there. Continuing.
Thinking something entirely different. And this is where the turning point came. Loving versus Virginia. This is where the historical shift took place. Now, Cynthia G., whom so many men can't stand, said that the only thing that Black men have ever truly fought for was their right to marry white women. Now, that's what she said. But it does seem like that's when the shift came. When interracial marriage became legal nationwide in 1967, it opened a door. But only one side walked through that door in large numbers. Black men began interracial relationships at roughly double the rate of Black women. And they brag about this. They can get more white women than Black women can get white men. Now, let me quickly point out that there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not criticizing that. There is nothing wrong with that. I think people should be with whomever they want to be with because that's where they're going to be the happiest. The problem.
Black women. So she's saying only one of us went through the door. Who was the case about? Oh, wait. A Black woman and a white man. Uh-oh. Only one of us walked through the door, but the pivotal case was about a black woman and a white man. And when Lady Boulay says only one of us walked through that door, she's saying that black men walked through the door. Although the case was literally about a black woman and a white man marrying interracially. Unfortunately, I don't have the Kevin Samuels "you can't make this ish up" clip. Unfortunately. Only one of us walked through the door, but the case was literally about a black woman and a white man. Yeah. Right?
To
Continuing.
white women or other races of women against black women as if black women are not desirable enough for you or good enough for you. That's where the problem comes in. Now, this happened much later than 1967 when the internet blew up. That's when we found out that this is how black men truly felt. And the reason that the internet has been so powerful in this discourse is because before social media, black women didn't have access to the private conversations black men were having about them. Many black women still believed the community was aligned, but the disconnect was happening, and part of it was how they spoke so disrespectfully about black women. Still,
I know a black woman isn't speaking about how disrespectful black men speak about black women. I know that's not the case.
I think the best relationships, the relationships that last the longest, is when the female is more dominant than the man. I know y'all gonna get in my comments and be like, what? But it's something about that woman being real dominant and mean that's gonna have that man acting right. Like, I have seen it too many times. Like, I can name so many relationships where it's like that. Like, the woman, she don't play no games. She real dominant. And the man is more like passive. You know, yeah, baby, you know, go along with her. Those are the best relationships. Like, I feel like when you real soft and you a lover girl, it's something about a man that's just gonna dog that. Like, he gonna take advantage. Like, it's just that dog in him. He gonna just take advantage of it. That's how I feel. I know y'all gonna get in the comments and be like, no, it's not like that. You know, we want somebody feminine. No, y'all don't. No, y'all don't.
That's a young lady saying, be mean to men. Oh, but she's not the only one.
The problem is we don't have enough women disrespecting men. We don't have enough women humbling these men and putting them in their place. We need to start making these men feel worthless because they are, okay? Call him a bitch. Disrespect him. Put him down. Make him feel bad about himself. Like, what's going on here? I feel like we're losing the plot. Like, I'm seeing too many marriages and too many people getting in these relationships. That's why these men think that they're the prize. Because y'all are putting them on this pedestal, making them feel like they're the prize. No. It's your job as a woman to put that man down and put him in his place. Treat him like the animal he is.
Yeah. Black women advocating for black women to be mean to black men. And you speak about disrespect. See, before social media and the internet, black women ran the yard on the conversation because white men and white women aren't afraid of black women. They used you as a proxy, as a buffer class. Lady Boulay, they used black women as a buffer class. Do you not appreciate the math? Black women dominated the conversation because white mainstream media made sure that black women dominated the conversation concerning black men and black women. And what social media did was democratize the town square. And here you are lying and being a propagandist about the events. You lucky I'm afraid of a copyright, because I would have played that clip from what was it, Jungle Fever? The lies. So, Lady Boulay, let me get this right. In your advanced age, You're not being honest with young black women about their prospects, about getting on a black man's program, about how women your age gave black men the middle finger. I know Lady Boulay herself was married. I think until her husband passed, if I'm not mistaken. Congratulations. For a marriage that was worth a damn. You don't know that, Z. True, but okay. But the women your age gave black men the middle finger. Not only did they give black men the middle finger, they encouraged their daughters to give black men the middle finger. And we're here now. And instead of you being honest about that and what that cost black women, you're still lying and being a propagandist. Oh no, black women were just minding our own business and being innocent. And here comes sexist black men. And they just, out of nowhere, they form this black manosphere, and all they do is talk crazy about black women. You actually should be ashamed.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
You actually really should be ashamed. Instead of you pointing black women in the right direction, in the latter part of your life, you would rather point them in the wrong direction. For your pride and ego, or for black women's collective pride and ego? Older, more seasoned black women's ego. Black women have the lowest marriage rate in the country. Black women have the lowest marriage rate in the country. And you think that's black men's fault? Huh? It wasn't social media that caused black women to devalue black men. Black women been on that type of time. You know how we know?
Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. One. The rest of you who don't plan to get married, why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. You know, it's a lot of responsibility. And then you don't want the commitments.
I don't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. I didn't have a father. My father wasn't in the home, so, you know, it really, male figures are not substantially important in the family.
Yeah, Lady Boulay. We got facts on our side. Huh? See, you could talk like that, Lady Boulay, before social media and the internet. So it's rich coming from someone like you. It's rich coming from someone of your age cohort, a black woman of your age, acting like black women were just out here, just speaking life into black men and being encouraging to black men and loving on black men. And out of nowhere, these black men, they just started attacking us on the internet. And oh my God, we didn't know they hated us so much. Oh, where did the hate come from? Huh? Lady Boulay, all the internet and social media did was democratize the town square. And so black women couldn't hide behind racist white conservatives and racist white liberals, mainly racist white liberals, because racist white conservatives don't care what y'all talking about. They don't even care enough. Huh? Racist white liberals at least see that they could weaponize y'all against black men. Racist white conservatives don't even care enough. Huh? All the internet and social media did was democratize the town square. And it allowed for black men to actually say their piece. And now women like you are coming out of nowhere. Oh my God, the hate! Where did this come from? Huh? We were just minding our business and being the perfect girlfriends and wives. And then these black men just started calling us fat and ugly and talking about our hair texture and our skin tone. Where did this come from? And then they started comparing us to white women and saying we're worse. Stop. The latter part of your life, you want to leave this hot pile of garbage in the middle of the conversation? Huh? So you're not going to go the Iyanla Vanzant route. You're going to go the Eartha Kitt route. Middle finger to black men to the grave. Well, particularly the black manosphere. Huh? Whether it's Obsidian, whether it was Tommy Sotomayor, huh? All of these folks, Black Manosphere 1.0, before they even called it Black Manosphere, they all either said or implied that they were responding to Oprah and them. Oops. They were responding to The Color Purple. They were responding to Waiting to Excel. And here come Lady Boulay like, oh my God, where did this come from? What a disgrace. In your advanced season age, you still gonna talk like this? And try to be sarcastic with it? Thank you for liberating us. Hey, freedom ain't free. Uh-oh. Lady Boulay, freedom ain't free. You want to talk about thank you for liberating us? Lady Boulay, who's going to pay that payment for black women's liberation? The white man? I don't know if you've been paying attention to the country. Who's going to pay that payment? Can black women afford it? Ooh. Freedom's not free, Lady Boulay. You talking about being liberated. All right. Continuing.
About black women. Still, black women didn't get the message. But the conversations were being held behind closed doors and in their dating patterns and in the way they spoke so fondly and so glowingly over other races of women and how they spoke so disparagingly about black women. It took.
Wait a minute. I know you're not talking about saying how glowingly black men are speaking about non-black women and how disparagingly black men are speaking about black women. Really now?
If you want to date outside of your race, you need to be disciplined. When they say we're going to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, you better be up at 5 o'clock getting ready. They are not going to deal with the lack of discipline. And what we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that. And what we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that. What we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that.
Yeah, that's a black woman saying what we make black men put up with. Ooh, goddamn. Non-black men are not going to put up with that. Ooh. Come again about how black men talk about these non-black women so glowingly? Because the white men are saying that y'all the ones out here worshiping them.
I'm speaking on the behalf of all white dudes that date black girls. Can y'all stop fucking calling us massa? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck do I? You know what you're doing. You know, like, what the fuck am I supposed to say?
And y'all be thinking it's funny as shit. You be laughing your ass off, having the time of your life.
Girl, fuck you.
I want black women to have a lot more self-respect than they do now. Kind of just like worshiping white guys, worshiping white guys, worshiping white guys.
This is sad.
Yeah. Lady Boulay, see, once again, I'm going to keep on emphasizing this. Lady Boulay, you could have ran the yard with your conversation, what you're saying right now, in the 90s, even in the early 2000s. In the 80s, the whole 80s, but really the late 80s, the 90s, all of the 90s, even the early 2000s, you would have got paid big money to defecate on black men. And then came high-speed internet. Ooh, goddamn. Then came YouTube, then came streaming, the TikToks, the Facebook video, and Instagram, right? And then came women recording themselves. Ooh. Black women of various ages recording themselves. Ooh, and then came the uploads of movies and of movie segments and old interviews and old documentaries. Huh? And it's just made it so much more difficult for women like you to wait for it, lie, and propagandize. You're still going to engage in it. Maybe you didn't get the memo that just talking is not good enough anymore, because we have evidence of young black women saying black men are a burden. I think I'll be good being a single mother. See, this is before y'all caught on that y'all supposed to lie about it and act like the man went to go get some milk and never came back home. Huh? Yeah. See, Lady Boulay, that's from 1986, the clip I played earlier. 1986. Huh? You don't think that you should stop now? Of course not. To the cradle, from the cradle to the grave, it's always Jermaine's fault.
I'm done. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
Huh? We even have the young ladies mocking y'all and telling us how y'all speak to them. Maybe not you, Lady Boulay, but your age cohort of black women. I'm gonna get a strike for this damn music in the background. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, read the caption, everyone. Huh? And she's not the only one. Continuing.
Baby cakes, you are so gorgeous. Do you got a boyfriend? Good. Keep it that way. Don't get no boyfriend ever. Ever. Do you hear me? Oh, him? My husband? We've been married for about 30 years. But don't get no husband. I love him, but if I had to give myself advice when I was younger, I would stay single. I would live my life just like you doing it right now. Baby, you are so gorgeous. You're so stunning. Please do not get no man. Don't get no boyfriend, please. It's just a placeholder. They don't know what they want. They just want access to you and your body. Okay? Baby, you're glowing. Please keep it that way. Oh, my husband? Oh, see, we work, but I would stay single if I was you. Of course, honey. Have a good day.
Lady Boulay, that's young black women letting us know how your age cohort speaks to them about black men in particular. Y'all are not innocent, hapless, and the black manosphere just came out of nowhere throwing sexist tropes all over the place. even in this late date, you're still upholding the lie. Huh? And it's actually non-black women who are chasing after black men. You don't want to admit that. Shout out to the Snow Queen.
The Black Kings get divorced, and then what happens? They're like, F it. We're moving on. Snow bunnies are going to clean me right out. So the snow bunnies get on top of things, and they mix, and they have this beautiful baby, and the process continues. So I do find that Black Kings often go to Black Queens first, and then they're like, snow bunny time. They'll either divorce them, dump them, and then move on. Swiftly move on. And they'll feel all cleansed, you know? Right. Anyway, on that note, do you like my nails? They're very Christmassy. It's almost Christmas. Divorce season's round the corner, which means snow bunnies warm in January. Yes.
That is actually what's going on. Oh, wait. Lady Boulay, we're not done.
Because even, you know, we've even discussed that before too, because specifically in the black community, the idea and it makes a lot of sense where it's like you should maintain dating within your community. There's a safety in black men being with black women, but for whatever reason, you know, black men often date outside of their community and have no problem dating, you know, all types of women. So then we get the stigma a lot of times of one not wanting our own black women, which I don't believe is true at all. But because we make decisions outside of our culture and our right, then we like, oh, well, you went and messed with that white girl. Whatever happens to you, good, you know, good riddance. And it's
it's like it's your own fault for choosing outside of your culture. But what I would say, and I think this is a really unfair rap that black men get, is I grew up with lots of black men. I grew up in London, lots of black men, and it's not the case of that they like other races or they don't like black women. It's just that they have access to every other race. Other races want them. Now there are Chinese billionaires. It's not their fault. Other women want them, and I say this like I'm growing up in London. I moved to Dubai, and honestly, you can be an Arab girl, Chinese girl, white girl. You can be Hispanic. They'll all date black men. But now, when it comes to there's Indian men that are billionaires, there are Chinese men that are billionaires. They stay in their own race. Now, is that entirely because they, love their race, or is it because they don't have universal appeal? So the fact that black men are dating outside of their race, it's not because they love other races. I actually think they like black women more than anything. Yeah. It's just that other women flock to them and don't let them stay within their own race.
Message!
I really don't. I see so many women whose dream is to have a child with a black man, or they just want a black man more than anything else. And they dream about it, they think about it, and even when they date white men, they'll talk about it. So like, what do you expect? It's not the same. They're not sitting there having conversations with their white guy and saying, can I get a hall pass for a Chinese man? They're not saying that. So is it really black men choosing white women, or is it that other... I don't believe it's their choice to be with other women. I think other women don't let them live like with just black women. And I think if you give a black man a choice, they will usually choose black women. Yeah. They usually will choose black women. Or if they go to other races, it's because she has black women features. It's not really because... So they love their blackness. It's just that we all love your blackness. And so you don't get a choice.
I have to agree with you.
Yeah, because I just don't like even when they say things like, oh yeah, the black men sleep with so many women and they're never faithful. Sorry, Bob, in your house, you would love to be unfaithful. You just can't. So like, it's just, I think it's not really about black men. I think it's the appeal they have. And the testosterone, and I really think it boils down to masculinity. They exude more testosterone and masculinity than other races, so they become universally desired by women. Now, this is not all women. I'm just saying in general, they have more. You could travel to any country, you join Tinder, girls will match with you. It's any country. Now, if you do that same thing as like and I don't mean this to stigma. I'm saying this as a South Asian woman. If you say that as a Pakistani man or as a Vietnamese man, you don't have the same luck. So, is it really you seeking other women, or other women seeking you?
So,
is it really you seeking other women, or is it other women seeking you? Did you hear that, Lady Boulay? Did you hear that? Continuing.
Time to catch on. And whenever anybody got up the nerve to challenge them about the negative attitudes that they had towards black women, they started making excuses. They started screaming about.
I know we barely make it in 10 seconds before I reply. Whenever black men in the black manosphere were confronted about whatever negative stereotypes they're speaking on concerning black women, there were excuses. Is a black woman A black woman speaking about spreading negative stereotypes about a black man or about black men? What type of upside down, topsy turvy world do we live in? Again with the upside down talk. We're in reverse world, everyone. This would work, as Cheryl said, before 2010. You could pull this before 2010, Lady Boulay. Lady Boulay, we are in 2026, not even 2025 anymore. 2026. It's just way too much evidence that black women weren't just minding their business, being innocent little helpless creatures, and sexist black men came out of nowhere, being up on them. Continuing.
Black women were listening to white women. There's never been a time when black women trusted white women enough to let them interfere with their home. And then they started.
Well, guess it's time to play that Pauli Murray clip again. This time it's really going to be effective.
I don't think we are going to solve the question of racism until we solve the question of sexism, or until both are solved simultaneously. So that women's liberation, after many years of struggling with race liberations, women's liberation has become, in a sense, for me personally, a priority. The black male, like the black female, will not be liberated until we have a free society. It seems to me obvious by now that a 10% minority, even if it were 100% organized, in the economic and to some degree political and social powerlessness that Negroes have in this country today, cannot bring about a successful revolution, or I would prefer to say a successful transformation of society. The very weight of numbers and the very pervasiveness of the female presence, which cannot possibly be segregated, holds out, it seems to me, potential hope for a successful transformation of...
Huh? And Starman says, would have went platinum on 2016 Twitter, she would have been. 2016 Twitter? That's peak grapevine. Huh? Lady Boulay, oh, you missed it by a decade. I know Lady Boulay been around for a while. She's been on YouTube for a little minute. But Lady Boulay, you missed it. You missed the window. To speak like black women didn't make a calculated choice and sold black men out. That's Pauli Murray telling you, we're going this way. We're going to hitch our wagon to white women. They're going to kick down the door of liberation. And black women went along that way, watched black men get locked up so that white women could get position, oops, and immigrants could come in and get position, yikes, and black women could get crumbs, and black men could get, well, nothing really. Black men could get, as BGS was saying earlier, 2% of a loaf that should have been their whole. The whole loaf should have been for black men, but black men got 2% of it. Okay, yeah, that's it. Lady Boulay, that's Pauli Murray saying it. Now what? She's saying that we're going this way. We're going to hitch our wagon to white women. And white women said, yeah, about that. You know we still going to marry white men, right? You know we still going to move to the burbs and lock the door behind us, right? You know we still going to wait for your son to be walking on the wrong block and hunt him down and delete him, right? Huh? You know we going to teach our daughter and son that they can have bedroom fun with your daughter and son, but they better not marry them, right? Our daughter is less likely to follow that rule. Our son is definitely going to have bedroom fun with your daughter and then not marry her. But she can say, oh, I date outside my race. Lady Boulay, that's what black women did. They hitched their wagon to white women. And you know what white women did? Use you as a mascot for their advancement. Huh? White women and mainly white LGBTQ, mainly men, but some LGBTQ white women, they use y'all as their mascot. They encouraged you to stay single. Maybe not you literally, Lady Boulay, but black women were encouraged to give black men the biggest middle finger, to sell black men out, to be strong and independent. And well, there's a snowstorm all up in the Northeast. Huh? Trump has made them equipment managers. And we're here now. Lady Boulay, at your age, you don't think you should be speaking wisdom into black women? You would rather continue the lie? Do you appreciate the paradigm that we're in right now? Do you appreciate the America we're in? You would rather watch black women sink than be honest with them about what environment we're in right now? That the time for luxury beliefs is over? It's been over, really. For your generation's pride and ego, you would rather watch black women sink with BS luxury beliefs? With talks of autonomy and, as you're saying, liberation? Liberated from what exactly? Black women are among the poorest group of people in America. They are the poorest group in America. Black and Latina women who never marry are the least wealthy in the U.S. Not only that, Lady Boulay, childless black women who never marry are the least wealthy in the U.S. Lady Boulay, that's what you're endorsing. But I'm going to let you continue because I remember you bringing up, once again, this divester swirler talk. Huh? Oh boy. Continuing.
And then they started talking about welfare. Welfare took black men out of the home. Black women said they didn't need black men. Yeah, black women said in the 90s after it got out of hand, I don't need a man to help me do bad. I can do bad. So they'll say the first part.
Okay, I had to pause that. She said the 90s, right? Black women in the 90s started saying they could do bad all by themselves. Now y'all see why Mr. Z has the clips he has. Remember, she said the 90s black women started saying that. Because of how horrible black men are, black women started saying, I could do bad all by myself in the 90s. That's Lady Boulay's words. Well, Lady Boulay, what about this that was recorded in the 80s, in the mid-80s? Play it again, Z.
Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. One. The rest of you who don't plan to get married, why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. You know, it's a lot of responsibility. And then you don't want the commitments.
I don't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. I didn't have a father. My father wasn't in the home, so you know, it really, male figures are not substantially important in the family.
Yeah, Lady Boulay, that was 1986. You said the 90s, 1986. Huh? Yeah. But Lady Boulay, black women haven't only been talking like this since 86. Black women haven't been only challenging black men's authority since 86. Lest you forget.
How are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility? And men that I have had dealings with, they are perfectly willing to sit back and let us do anything we want to.
I don't think you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No, you have to reprogram the man so that he will forcefully take what belongs to him, because you know women, as long as we can get, we're gonna get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to or not.
Lady Boulay, that is a black woman saying to black men, you gotta take it from our cold dead hands. You gotta forcibly take this matriarchy. Well, at that time, matriarchy, at this time is a gynocracy. Full blown, full fat, pun intended, gynocracy. Huh? Even Whoopi Goldberg says that she's gonna use the term matriarchy. But even Whoopi Goldberg, with her whole chest.
Well, look, for me, it has never really been about black man or man. It's been about men. Mm-hmm. You know, there's this myth out there that black men can't handle being spoken to, you know, and told what to do by black women. Black men come from our bodies. Yeah. So black men have black mothers. So they're used to having these conversations with women.
The matriarchy is strong with the black
community. It is very strong.
Yeah.
Conversations with women.
The matriarchy is strong with the black
community. It is very strong.
Yeah. The matriarchy is strong with the black.
Yeah, Lady Boulay. Lady Boulay, I didn't have too much time to put this together. I'm freestyling right now. I heard this once over. I heard your video once. Do you know how easy it is to debunk this crap you talking about? You're the seasoned one. You're the one who lived through half of this. I didn't need a week to get this together, a whole day to get this together. It's too easy, Lady Boulay, because you're lying. And you're a propagandist, and worse yet, a propagandist against black men? And a bad one at that. Continuing.
Of it, but they won't say the second part of it. And no woman needs a man to help her do bad. And this whole idea about welfare taking a man out of the home, no self-respecting man would let a welfare check take him out of his home, away from his wife and children. And if you are so weak that a welfare check could take you out of your home, you're not strong enough to leave that family anyway. So
nice coverage. Huh? I played, you know what, Lady Boulay? By the time we get in the 80s, it wasn't black men being kicked out the house for a welfare check. You're right. They were never in the house in the first place. Ooh, goddamn. Black women decided that black men weren't going to be in the house in the first place to kick out for a welfare check. That's another reason I'm playing the clip, by the way. I'm not even in the 90s yet. Huh? The women I played from the 80s are telling you their autonomy matters more than having a man. They would rather risk it. They would rather gamble security for their autonomy. Huh? These are all single mothers. Only one of them would rather be with their baby daddy. None of them are saying how horrible the men are. No, what they're saying is, no, I really don't want to have to take care of them. I don't want the wifely duties. Ooh. I don't want to be a wife. I'm okay with being a mother. I don't want to be a wife. It's a burden. Ooh. Huh? Z, you still there? Z still here? Lady Boulay, you're the worst kind of air quotes elder. This is older behavior. This is not elder behavior. This is older behavior. An elder imparts wisdom. An elder leaves you with something. An elder points you in the right direction. An older just gets old. You've watched black women fail for decades, and you're encouraging them to keep on going the wrong direction and continue to fail. I'm going to ask the question again. Do you appreciate what era you're living in, what America you're living in? Y'all think, wait, you know what? Y'all think Donald Trump is a fluke. That's what it is. Y'all don't see the paradigm shift for what it is. Huh? Y'all forgot which one of what was it, World Economic Forum? They said the Great Reset. That's what they said, Lady Boulay. Y'all thought they were joking? Did y'all not? I mentioned it a couple of streams ago. Did y'all not hear Mark Carney, the Canadian Prime Minister, speech at the at Davos, the World Economic Forum? Y'all didn't hear that? Lady Boulay, what I'm saying is you're engaging in a luxury belief that black women can't engage in anymore. Black women will not simply be in poverty. They're going to be in poverty. They're going to be homeless. They're going to be relegated to being the red light district women. If you think it's bad now, you haven't seen anything yet. Following women like you, Lady Boulay, and the way you speak, that's where black women will end up. The black manosphere didn't come out of nowhere. It was a response and is a response to continued character assassination. Continued media portrayals of black men negatively, including from some black women. And here you are attempting to defend the indefensible. Because from the cradle to the grave, it's always Jermaine's fault.
I'm done. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
Huh? Continuing.
So the internet brought everything to a head. When the internet arrived, the private became public. All those things that black men have been saying about black women for years behind closed doors became YouTube channels where they got on their podcast and they let the world know what they thought about black women. And this is a subset of black men. I'm talking specifically about the black manosphere. They let it be known that they didn't desire black women, that black women weren't marriageable, that non-black women were superior partners to black men. This was
Lady Boulay, if that's the case, then explain this.
If you want to date outside of your race, you need to be disciplined. When they say we're going to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, you better be up at 5 o'clock getting ready. They are not going to deal with the lack of discipline. And what we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that. And what we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that. What we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that.
Lady Boulay, who thinks who is superior? What we make black men put up with, they, non-black men, are not going to go for that. You only speak that way when you see one as superior, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, and one as inferior. Lady Boulay, you think she's ever watched any Black Manosphere content? You think she's just responding to some toxic words and rhetoric from black men? Or is this just a young black woman expressing what a lot of black women feel? Ooh. Huh? Lady Boulay, you're speaking about inferior and superior. Black men seeing black women as inferior. Well, explain this.
What if black women were supposed to be the leaders and black men are just supposed to protect with their muscles and use their listening ears and carry out instructions?
Only your superior speaks that way, Lady Boulay. Mrs. E. Rahman. Only your superior speaks that way. Huh? Is it black men that see black women as inferior? Or is it black women who insist that if black men are going to be part of their weirdo, air quotes, black community, single baby mama community, then black men will kiss the ring. The black community, as constructed or designed, or at least maintained, it's not maintained, by black women, is a gynocracy, a matriarchy if you want to be kind, a gynocracy if you want to be accurate. And black women demand that they hold the, wait for it, superior position. Continuing.
This wasn't new behavior, but it was newly visible. They didn't just start thinking this, but now they were emboldened enough to let the world know this is how I feel about black women. And I'm only talking about the Black Manosphere.
Lady Boulay, where were you in the 90s and the late 80s with the talk shows, defecating on black men left and right? Huh? Where were you? Where were you for all of the talk shows? Talk shows hosted by black women. Talk shows hosted by white men and white women. And yet, all of them allowed for black women to defecate on black men. Where were you? You starting the clock with social media. Mr. Z could go all the way back to the plantation if I really want to, but Mr. Z could go all the way back to the west coast of Africa if I really, really wanted to. But we could start this clock with Mr. Z at the end of Jim Crow, on paper at least. We could start the clock there. Huh? Loving versus Virginia was supposed to be black women giving black men the ultimate biggest middle finger. Because you know them white dudes were telling black women, I can't marry you, the laws. We gotta be secret, the laws. I can't, look. Huh? My dad would have my head. Huh? And then Loving versus Virginia passed in 67. And yet black women's interracial marriage rate essentially still went nowhere. Who thinks who is superior, Lady Boulay? The loyalty doesn't count just because white men don't reciprocate black women's admiration. Worship. Oops. Continuing.
Of the preferences began. Some men use their access to non-black women as a status symbol. I'm a professional athlete. I got to get me a white woman. I'm a professional rapper. I got to get me a Latino. I'm a nobody. I got to get me anybody I can just so she's not black. So they broadcasted that.
You wouldn't be talking like this if non-black men reciprocated black women trying to create some pretty mixed babies with quote unquote good hair. Black women only talk this loyalty talk because the masses of non-black men are not reciprocating. An attractive black woman is an attractive woman. A sexy black woman is a sexy woman. But as America is currently constructed, the masses of non-black men are not going to subsidize you. They may pay for some wham bam thank you ma'am for a night or two. These non-black men are still anti-black. And black female beauty is a novelty. It's not black women's loyalty, Mr. Z. Ryman. And black women trying to protect their little fragile ass ego and not admit that to themselves. Black olders such as yourself not being honest with black young women because your ego, because of the sisterhood, the dedication to the sisterhood, the oath y'all take, is much of what's keeping black women not simply single and struggling for any man. It's never been black women's loyalty. It's always been whether white or non-black men were up for marrying a black woman, giving her his surname, putting her name on legal documents with his name, and swearing that it was his job to take care of her till death. If y'all can't get non-black men to sign up for that, then it's not your loyalty. Continuing.
So they broadcasted their access as proof of them leveling up. They framed black women as undesirable to justify their choices. And this hurt black women deeply, and I think that has to be noted. This was deeply hurtful to black women. It was hurtful to me, and I was happily married.
She was happily married. That's what she was saying right there at the end. Black men seeing non-black women as the level up. If that's the case, then why is it that we have white men telling black women to stop worshiping them? Play it again, Z.
I'm speaking on the behalf of all.
Oh, and stop calling them massa too.
I'm speaking on the behalf of all white dudes that date black girls. Can y'all stop fucking calling us massa? Like, what the fuck do I... You know what you're doing. You know, like, what the fuck am I supposed to say?
And y'all be thinking it's funny as shit. You be laughing your ass off having the time of your life.
Girl, fuck you.
I want black women to have a lot more self-respect than they do now. Kind of just like worshiping white guys. Worshiping white guys. Worshiping white guys.
This is sad. It's getting sad now.
Shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson because it is sad. Huh? And the Arena Revive says, and I'm reading this, I don't know, an hour late. The Arena Revive says, Z, Shay Shade got your back. Yesterday's vid. Okay, I'll check it out. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. I'm gonna start actually reading some of these. Yeah. So I'll check it out. I'll check it out. And thank you for that, Arena Revive, for keeping me updated. Right? When we go get back to Lady Boulay in a minute. That it's insane. It's insane, the propaganda when we have high-speed internet. The information is at your fingertips. The world, essentially, the world's collective knowledge, at least that we have access to, is at your fingertips. And yet Lady Boulay thinks she gonna put out this little BS, air quotes, think piece and Mr. Z wouldn't catch on to it. Lady Boulay, it didn't take me a whole day to put this together. Now I'm talking a whole lot. It might take me a whole day to finish this, but it didn't take me a whole day to figure out the words to debunk you. I'm freestyling right now. You're the seasoned one. Continuing.
Black husband. And when I started hearing this, it was hurtful to me. So this was an emotional low point for black women. Even there were kids, there were high school boys posting videos about how they didn't like black girls and how they made fun of black girls and how they would do two lines and they would have the white girl on one line and the black girl on the other, and they would all run to the white girl line. So this got to be a thing of mocking black women. This was the degradation of black women by a subset of black men. And it was profoundly hurtful, but it was the beginning of the liberation of black women.
The degradation of black women. Okay. And you're starting this off from children. Let's pause right here. Lady Boulay. Ask any black woman or black man with children, a boy under the age of about 13, and see what they say about black girls and see if mean doesn't come up. If it's not at least the third to maybe fifth word they describe, it's gonna probably be the first word. Your young black boys aren't being radicalized by black men like Z. Your black boys are being radicalized by black women. Black girls and women are who's radicalizing your boys, and it's not even radicalizing. That's the wrong word. Your black boys are turned off by black girls because of black girls' behavior and because of black women's behavior. The majority of your black sons are not going to talk. They're just going to tell you that their prom date is a Latina. They're going to tell you that their prom date is an Asian, South Asian, East Asian, and hopefully her family's not racist. They're going to tell you that their prom date is a young white lady, a young white girl. Hopefully her family's not racist. It's not black men like Z. The black manosphere is not, air quotes, radicalizing your young men. Black girls and women's behavior. Those black girls in high school and in middle school, in elementary school. I'm not indicting children here. I am saying the way we raise our young people, our young girls, black girls, the way we raise them is why they're so chronically single as girls, but obviously as women. It would have been one thing if black men were so horrible and yet non-black men saw the greatness in black women, right? Black men were colorist and featurist and fat phobic and texturist and practicing misogynoir. And for every black man that took his chances outside the black race with women, a non-black man, white man, Latino man, Asian man, said, "Oh, I'll take his place because, I didn't know. Look at the greatness of black women." But is that happening, Lady Boulay? You're going to have something to say about that in a minute. And Joe said, and I didn't read this earlier, I didn't even see this. I laughed, I sighed, but I did it. Right? I watched the whole video. That lady, that lying video, that lying ass video, yeah, lying ass video. I'ma go lay down. Your head hurts. Look, Lady Boulay, in the latter part of her life, she just has decided that this is the direction she's going to go with it. This is what being reflective looks like to her. You stay the course, regardless of how much it's harming other Black women, young Black women, who you purport to care about. Lady Boulay should feel ashamed to be speaking as if Black women were on the internet minding their own business. Black women were on social media minding their own business. Black women were in their hair salons in real life speaking positively about Black men. And out of nowhere, thunderstrike, comes the Black manosphere. Huh? Black men couldn't wait for high-speed internet so they could take their barbershop talk and their toxic, sexist rapper talk on the internet and on social media to speak so negatively about Black women. That's how Lady Boulay is framing it. But of course, continuing.
Black women. And now, the unexpected plot twist, global visibility. The more these Black men in the manosphere and their allies rejected Black women online, the more the world noticed Black women. Non-Black men who previously had limited proximity or exposure to Black women began openly expressing admiration. Men who had not known how to approach Black women because Black women have shown fierce loyalty to Black men. So other men.
And y'all know Mr. Z got a response to that. Shout out to Media Man.
And I'm not expecting Black women, who hate Black men to agree with this or not, but this is just from me to you guys. Black women don't like when you have a preference unless that preference is them. So they can go out there and give white men all the free promotion. I'm pretty sure you guys see it. We just talked about the black wife effect. Nobody had an issue with that. But as soon as Black men have a preference for all women instead of just Black women in particular, it's always going to be a problem. And it just is what it is in the Black community. And I know that's a tough conversation that we don't like to have. And people like to say that's not true. It is. And I don't need, the Black community to affirm or confirm that. I just know what it is. I've been on this earth for 45 years. I've seen it. It is what it is. You don't have to sit there and, debate me about this. I understand what I understand. Black men are always going to marry Black women at the highest rate. Nothing will change. Black women will always marry Black men at the highest rate. Nothing will change. No matter how much support and admiration Black women on social media give white men. They can do that for the few. 0.5% of white men are married to Black women. The numbers don't lie. And I always, look at white men sideways when they do give Black women all this, admiration.
A white man and a Black woman are 44% less likely to get divorced. Pretty interesting, isn't it? My sister.
But it doesn't show up in the numbers. You guys are very slick when you say, I love dating Black women. Dating, not marrying. Because we see how the numbers shake out. White men are contributing to the millions of children that Black women have had with other races of men. But it's not showing up in the marriage statistics. And that's where Black women need to start asking questions. I know y'all want to get with white men. Y'all call them Brad and Chad, right? But you need to start asking those men questions. How y'all gonna say that you love Black women, but it's not showing up in the marital statistics? Why are you still marrying Asian, Hispanic, and then us last at the bottom, outside of your own race of women? That's where Black women need to come in and start asking these men questions who have these platforms, okay? And don't just go with the flow and keep sending them money. Start asking those one-to-one white male content creators that seem to be on your side. Ask them, does he have friends? Does he have friends that are single that you guys can marry? Instead of sitting there supporting these platforms that's calling you queens and he running through y'all and not marrying you. It has nothing to do with Black men. We want to make sure that you guys get what you want. So don't worry about us. Black men will be fine. Okay? We will get what we want regardless. If you guys decide to marry outside of your race, I want what's best for you. But start asking the white men questions. I wait for the day that a white man sees this video of me talking about this and they have some pushback about it. There is no pushback. I'm gonna point directly to the statistics. You see these black women giving y'all all the support. Why aren't you marrying them? Ask them, tell black women, okay? Don't come over here trying to say, oh man, look at this guy, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't want to hear none of that. Until those numbers change for those black women who want to marry white men.
Yeah, Lady Boulay, it ain't happening. There's no other way to say it. It sounds good. Old ass trope. Oh, that's an old trope. We've been so fiercely loyal to black men. It has nothing to do with the racism of white men and Latino men and the colorism from Latino men and Asian men and No, it's our loyalty, our unyielding, undying loyalty to black men and to the black community. Yawn. Huh? But Lady Boulay, you're not saying anything different than much of black female YouTube, black women on social media and the internet, whether they date black men or not, whether they're married to a black man or not, whether they're LGBTQ or straight. We let black women talk long enough, and well,
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
we know. Continuing.
Yes. But now these non-black men began approaching black women. And then we get what? The black wife effect. And social media weighed in on the side of black women. Social media amplified black women's beauty, style, the humor of black women, the strength, and the femininity. So the cultural influence of black women was amplified on social media. And that was the beginning of liberation. The black
Freedom's not free. Who's gonna pay for that liberation? Uh-oh. I hope for black women's sake, you're right, Lady Boulay, that non-black men said, I'll take that cost. I'll pay that. It sounds good. It sounds empowering. We're not limited to just black men. If black men got an issue with our behavior, we don't have to conform to what they're saying. Yeah. Yeah, about that LGBTQ rate for black women again. Their escape hatch. Continuing.
The black wife effect took social media by surprise. The black wife effect shows how men, especially non-black men, often glow up socially, professionally, and aesthetically when they partner with a black woman. It trends.
Did she just mention the black wife effect? Oh, another propaganda piece from black women begging white men in a really weird reverse way. Look, if you get with me, I mean, most of us don't come from money, but if you get with me, I'll definitely upgrade your style. Huh? If you get with me, black women done tried it all. Y'all remember the lie about the billionaires? All of this, it's like TV commercials, infomercials. Get you to your nearest black woman. Don't listen to black men. Black women aren't sassy. Get you a black woman. She'll level up your style. She'll help you become a billionaire. Huh? Oh, man. The black wife effect, Lady Boulay. Every so often, these things come out, Lady Boulay. For years, for decades, for years, this has been a thing. Black women trying to appeal to non-black men, particularly white men. And how's that been working exactly? Uh-oh. from the movie Something New, when that came out, 2 decades ago practically, to where we are on the internet and social media now. Lady Boulay, white men don't care nothing about what y'all talking about. This little weird way of like throwing black men under the bus and then appealing to white men, and white men, please save me from black men. Black men are so horrible and sexist and colorist and featurist, and they hate themselves and they hate what they see in the mirror, and they take it off on black women. Could you save me, please? And white men might give you some rhetoric, as Medium Man was saying. Huh? And that's about it. The white men that like black women like them a black woman. The white men that don't will not be convinced. He might pipe a black woman to get her off, to get that off the bucket list. But the throwing black men under the bus, this little fake, oh, we got options and choices. Okay, apparently we don't live in America anymore. We're not limited to just you, black men. We got choices. What, like the rose toy or same-sex loving relationship with another black woman? Oops. All of a sudden, America stopped being America, y'all. America stopped being anti-black because black women want to get a dig in on black men, no pun. We have choices and options. We don't have to listen to you. Huh? All of a sudden, America stopped being racist. White men didn't sign to end all those DEI jobs. Uh-oh. Huh? J.D. Vance went to Yale. He could have ended up with a black woman. Why is he not with a black woman? Yikes. Huh? Nick Fuentes said black women love me. He literally said it like Mr. Z seen it with his own 2 eyes. Why is Nick Fuentes not using a black woman as a beard? Oops. Huh? Alex Karp. Palantir. Mother Black. Uh-oh. Whoopsie. Huh? Just saying. Continuing.
Trends because it's visible, consistent, and culturally undeniable. So you can't deny that other races of men don't find black women desirable when they're on social media showing you that they find black women desirable. So the black wife effect reframes black women not only as desirable, but as transformative. These men claim that they were made better because of their relationship with black women.
You know, Lady Boulay, all jokes aside, I believe that. I believe that. I do believe that black women put in more effort for non-black men. We have black women admitting that.
Man, if you want to date outside of your race, you need to be disciplined. When they say we're going to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, you better be up at 5 o'clock getting ready. They are not going to deal with the lack of discipline. And what we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that. And what we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that. And what we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that.
Huh? Lady Boulay, I do believe that when a black woman meets a regular white dude, she might try to upgrade him and he might have a transformative life with her. I think that's a real thing. I think our relationships do transform us. Our friendships, our loving romantic relationships, the healthy ones, I do think there's power, there's transformative power in that. So if a white man says that his black wife transformed him, I could believe that. Would she have had the same energy for a black man, though? Ooh. Who thinks who is superior? Lady Boulay? Uh-oh. Huh? It's a real question, Lady Boulay. Continuing.
And so now there's a new awareness among Black women. Black women have realized that they were never limited to one group of men. Black women realize.
Oh. Wusazi. Okay. Black women realized they were never limited to one man. Black women been trying to be out here with non-black men for centuries, for decades. Label just experiment, just let your mind wander with this. Ponder on this for a few minutes. What about if it was never black women's loyalty to black men? What about if black women were born and raised in America, and it was always non-black men not choosing black women for anything more than bedroom fun and to check off a bucket list? Not because an attractive black woman isn't attractive, or not because a well-spoken, educated black woman is not a well-spoken, educated black woman, but because she's black in America. What about if it was never black women's loyalty? Oh, the thought. It's so frightening. Huh? You know what's a more frightening thought, Lady Boulay? The only time black women see racism is when they get rejected by non-black men. Ooh, goddamn, Z. Ooh, ouch, ooch, when they realize they're not going to be in the club. When they throw their advances to non-black men and black men treat them like they got the cooties. Ooh, damn, Z. Damn. Huh? Talk about transformative. That's when certain black women decide they're pro-black. Oops. Continuing.
That desirability isn't defined by the loudest voices online. They also realize that black men don't speak for everybody. Black men don't speak for all of the men in the world. And black women had to learn that what one man won't like, another man will love.
Lady Boulay, you got to prove that. Lady Boulay, you have to prove that. The Afro-pessimists say anti-blackness is global. So, Lady Boulay, you got to prove that. You have to show, you and other black women that think like you have to show us where outside of Africa, maybe Brazil and black parts of Brazil, you're going to have to show where's this bastion of non-black men who venerate black women. Not that he just want to have vigorous fun with you. Shout out to Paspero G. That clip was hysterical. Japanese dude said, I want to do what vigorously? Huh? Yeah. No, we're not talking about what somebody want to do with you, what a non-black man want to do with you vigorously, Lady Boulay. What a non-black man wants to do with the attractive black woman vigorously, no. Where is the bastion? Where is the location of non-black men, black woman? Then, Lady Boulay, you would have to tell the Afro-pessimists they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Because the globe isn't anti-black. As a matter of fact, no matter where black women go, they're lauded. And you're going to have to tell the black woman that was in Germany watching non-black women fawn over black men while no one was really talking to her, you're going to have to tell her that wasn't her real experience. Continuing.
Men in Germany are treated way differently than black women in Germany. Black men are appreciated in Germany. Black men are put in a cultural sense, in a societal sense, you are seen as interesting, whereas black women are seen as lesser.
An experience,
a novelty in which you can approach voyeuristically, and it's dehumanizing. I was a member at Soho House, and I remember seeing a black man sitting there, and there was all these white women around him glorifying him, gawking at the fact that he was existing. And I think black men need to acknowledge that their lived experience in Germany is disproportional to that of a black woman in Germany.
And Vegas Dev says, sad thing is they have no idea how desperate all of this sounds. You know, pause for a second. I think women, not just black women, really don't appreciate how ugly all this autonomy talk actually looks. They don't really appreciate what this means for them. How cringe it is for men. It does look like desperation, you're right. But women of color have shown that they will grovel for white men in particular. This is not limited to just black women. Mindy Kaling got so obnoxious with it and annoying with it, even her own followers started to cringe. White women, black women, Latina women, Asian women, particularly obviously South Asian women, we're like, okay, we get it already. Okay, we get it. We get it. You like white men, okay? Do you have to put that in every show? So women of color, there's something up with them. I played the clips of the Asian women saying, white men, we're raised to like white men. I want to be approved of by white men. I showed the East Asian women saying that. So yeah, it looks desperate. But you have to put this on also feminism. Because as feminism sought to defang men, women didn't just settle with the quote-unquote defanged men. They just sounded even more delusional for the elite, mainly white men in America. As feminism sought to equalize men with women, women just decided, well, I'm just going to swim upstream, and look, it's mainly white men up this way. And so the groveling and the desperation, yes, to be expected. Late stage capitalism plus feminism, what, fourth wave, whatever wave we on right now. You damn right. The women sound desperate. If average isn't good enough and normal isn't good enough, then enters the chat Henry Cavill. For women, that enters the chat. That's why I keep on playing the clip of the women, and I took it off already, of on LSU's campus speaking about height. 4'9", 5'2", 5'5", all saying 6 feet, 6'2", 6'4". Yeah, desperation. Now the women are going to frame it in some empowerment talk. This is the product of women like Lady Boulet's advocacy. What's Lady Boulet in her late 50s, what, 60s? Women like her. Half of their daughters sound desperate because of women like her. Y'all salted the earth concerning boys and men. You didn't advocate for boys and men to have good, steady, high-paying, unionized jobs. It was white collar or nothing. No offense to the white collar brothers. I'm not getting on y'all. And so we're here now. And yeah, your daughters sound desperate and delusional while framing it like it's empowering concerning, oh, well, I got my choice. If I can't have this man, I'd rather be single. While she struggled to pay that goddamn student loan debt. Absolute insanity. Huh? Continuing.
Black women also realize that there is global appreciation for them. So the manosphere's attempt to diminish Black women,
I think for American Black women, there is a global appreciation. I think pop culture and different slang and references, especially in the English speaking world, there is, to be fair. But does that translate to Black women getting married, though, and having stability? Uh-oh. Does that translate to that? Does Black female cool translate to Black women stable? Ooh. I didn't even say prosperous yet. I didn't even go up that way. I just said stable. Does Black women cool translate to Black women stable? So Black women being appreciated for dance and for slaying and for even accomplished Black women. Okay, we could go to Susan Rice and Condoleezza Rice and Maxine Waters and former First Lady Michelle Obama. We could, okay, fine, Kamala Harris. Huh? Yeah. We don't necessarily only have to speak about pop culture. The Shirley Chisholms of the world. Okay, fine. Notable Black women. Does that translate to Black women stable? Or are Black women, single Black women, the poorest group in America? Or at least have the least amount of wealth in America? Black and Latina women who never marry are the least wealthy in the US. Black women in particular, 8 cents to the white man's dollar. They say Black and Latina to soften the blow. Latina women is 14 cents. Black women is 8 cents to the white man's dollar. Lady Boulay, just saying. Huh? Continuing.
expanded their dating pool and global visibility. So Black women became free from the illusion that loyalty.
Y'all keep on remembering. Remember what Mr. Z says. Freedom ain't free. Freedom is not free, Lady Boulay. Who's going to pay for that freedom? Because what it's looking like right now is Trump done kicked y'all. Well, Mrs. Z really wanted to say kicked y'all with his size, whatever, but I don't know what Trump's feet size is. Anyway, kicked y'all to the curb if you want to talk about old school and 90s talk. Huh? Trump has different plans. Continuing.
must be one-sided. Because if your loyalty is only one-sided, it's not going to benefit you at all. So
It was never loyalty. Does Mr. Z think that there are black women that really mean riding with black men till the wheels fall off? Yes. Most black women. Anyway, is it loyalty, Lady Boulay, or is it a lack of options? Can you tell the difference? Huh? Lady Boulay, there's a whole lot of mixed children running around from black women. Just saying. No ring on her finger, Lady Boulay. Just saying. Name me the hood in America where there's not going to be a few black women with light-skinned kids, and she a dark-skinned black woman, and you ain't never seen they daddy. Name me the hood in America where that doesn't exist. Huh? Continuing.
that black women weren't wanted. The manosphere accidentally showed the world exactly why black women are wanted. So black women didn't lose value. They gained perspective. So I will.
Black women have what, the highest growing, fastest growing homelessness rate? Value? In America, Kaka? Lady Boulay, I get it. I get it. You created this think piece to get at the black manosphere. But value? Outside of black men's eyes? Who? By who? Lady Boulay, do you even value black women? You lying to them right now. Oops. You're propagandizing lying right now. Global value? Did we not hear how black women are treated, black people are treated in India? Huh? Mr. Z recalls watching documentaries about black people in Russia years and years and years ago. Are black women treated that great in even Brazil? Oops. 80 million black people there. What are you talking about, Lady Boulay? Valued where? We're going to need an Afro-pessimist scholar to have this conversation with Lady Boulay so we can figure out what the hell she's talking about. Continuing.
I'll end with this. Black women still overwhelmingly prefer black men. The majority of black men that are married to black women, and the majority of black women that are married to black men. So black men and black women are still going strong. But the manosphere, this subset of black men who really don't find black women desirable, have done something very important. They have been honest about how they feel about black women. And I think that's a good thing because it has freed black women of the negative.
Yeah, but is it that black men don't find black women desirable in the black manosphere? Or is it that black women are insufferable? Ooh. Is it that black men don't find attractive black women attractive? Is it that black men don't find kind black women kind? Is it that black men don't find certain traits of black women endearing? Or is it that we just have a disproportionate number of insufferable asshole black women? A disproportionate number of black women are overweight. A disproportionate number of black women are obese compared to everyone else, including black men. Huh? Is it that black men don't value black women, don't find attractive black women attractive and appealing black women appealing, and or is it that it's just way too many insufferable black women and other black women don't tell them to shut the hell up because the sisterhood demands that you swear allegiance to it and pay fealty to it? Exactly, Gregory Scotland. Gregory Scotland says, free black women from what? The black male gaze, Gaze. Here's the kicker. Freed black women from the black male gaze and get on a black man's goddamn program. And now black women are out here freestyling. And exactly how is that going? Mr. Scotland, wait a minute, we got an answer. Black and Latina women who never marry are the least wealthy in the US. Yeah. Freed. Yep. Freed right into poverty. Freed right into the struggle. Freed. Yeah, that's it. That exactly, Gregory Scotland. Exactly. Freed black women from what? Freed them from a chance at the middle class and stability, or at least the top of working class, to forever being working poor. That's what it freed them from. A chance at the middle class. We're not even gonna mention upper middle class. Don't make me laugh. Mr. Z rhyming. Ooh, we're rhyming tonight. Continuing.
Who don't find them desirable and allow them to embrace the men that do. So now black men and black women can move forward with clarity, choosing mates that they can build healthy and happy relationships with. And that's going to make all communities better. Okay, y'all, let me know what you think about this video. Thank you for listening and have a great day.
It's a bunch of bunk. That's what we think about the video. It's a bunch of bunk.
Hello, this is Lady Boulay.
Oh, we ain't gonna play that again. Nope. Do that to myself. Look, y'all, we reviewed a video in less than 2 hours. Oh, it's possible. We reviewed a video that I turned into a sound clip in less than 2 hours. I didn't think it was possible. We did it. Let me see. Let me make sure, because I know there's super chats I did not read. So let me get to them, and I'm gonna scan through the other comments also. And Arena Revised says, responding to JL King and 30 years of download lie. Yeah, the download, look. Black women couldn't take the L when what's her name? Terry McMillan. They couldn't take that L because Terry McMillan out here probably pushing up on some LGBTQ Jamaican guy, the most flamboyant LGBTQ Jamaican guy you could ever see in the 90s. Her situation flames apart. And instead of black women just taking that loss, black women want to be boss hogs and gynocrats and matriarchs. And so they're out here with limp-wristed men, and they turn a blind eye to it until it's too blatant or until he gets caught. And instead of taking the loss, it's black men they're secretly LGBTQ. Over every corner is a black man who secretly lusts for other men. Instead of just being honest and saying, look, I thought I gave black American men, ADOS FBA men, that wasn't the term they were using back then, but I thought I gave ADOS FBA men the middle finger. And I went to Jamaica and found me a Jamaican dude, and he was younger than me, and he made me feel young. and he was on my program, and he was intimidated by my money, my income, huh? And he got on my program. I thought I was able to give ADOS FBA men the middle finger, and come to find out, I ended up with an LGBTQ man. Oh boy. Huh? So black women couldn't just take the loss. Now, over every corner, under every rock, is some secretly down low black man. I really want to make an Atlanta joke right now. It's too easy. Huh? Atlanta gone global, y'all. Okay, look, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. Yawn. So the Arena Revised, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, that crap lie. Come to find out, oh yeah, did I take it down? Wait a minute. I think I took it down. No, I didn't. The Arena Revised, talking about that, 23% of young black women now identify as bisexual. Talking about secretly DL. Huh? Talking about same-sex loving. These people like to talk about same-sex loving in the pejorative. They like to insult black men with that type of talk. Even using the term sassy, they just can't say gay anymore. They can't use gay as an insult. The LGBTQ people are on their ass about that, no pun. So now they're saying sassy, but really they're just calling you gay all over again. Come to find out, in reality, under the age of 30, 23% of black women now identify as bisexual. And well, you look at that. So if we're going to use LGBTQ as a negative and as a pejorative, I'm just saying. 23% of black women now identify as bisexual. Huh? So the Reader Revised, once again, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And the Split Gym says, a man that is an entrepreneur or professional athlete is the status symbol. Her hate for black men thinks they still at a deficit. I used to say this often. I think I said it at I said it on the breakdown of women's perspective years ago, which is like black women in particular living vicariously through these like celebrity relationships or lack thereof, and feeling personally slighted when a black man who's any type of entertainer or is very visible is seen with the non-black woman. They take that personally. They see that as an attack on them. Black women see this, well, what's wrong with black women? And then a Lady Boulay comes up with all of this weird, sarcastic, snarky talk. Huh? They see that as an attack on them, a personal attack on black women. To all women, including black women, you owe the men nothing. You don't owe the men being kind, generous. You don't owe the men consideration. You don't owe the men being physically fit. You owe men nothing. Black women, you owe black men nothing. You don't owe black men getting on his program and staying there. You don't owe black men anything. But there's another side to that conversation. There's another side to that. Black men don't owe you. You and other black women get a first right of refusal. Huh? Black women, you can choose to be insufferable. Black men don't have to stay, though. A black athlete, a gladiator. A gladiator doesn't have to choose you because you have dreams and aspirations for the lifestyle of the rich and famous. Ladies, you don't have to change or modify your behavior or your outlook on life for black men, but there are consequences to that. And maybe the consequence is your favorite black male athlete with a non-black woman. It's that simple. And a split gym, once again, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, they're gonna have to get over that. They don't owe black men anything, but black men don't owe them becoming a world-renowned athlete or entertainer and then parading around your dark-skinned black wife. Have y'all ever heard Beyonce and how she speak about Jay-Z? Even Kelly Rowland, you hear her speak about her husband? They speak about them glowingly. Have y'all heard Adele speak about what's his name? That's a white woman speaking about her black husband glowingly. She said he taught her how to love herself. Through his love, she realized how to love herself. God damn. The masters of the universe, the black men that are the masters of the universe, black women, they don't owe you choosing you. Especially, obviously, if you're insufferable, overweight. All the attitude in the world, all the sass in the world, all the smug in the world. The black men don't owe you consideration. Now, let's be clear. We already know most black athletes are with black women. They're still with black women. But for the ones y'all see that are with non-black women, it's the end of the world. Are y'all raising your daughters to end up with black men? Not just the athletes and the entertainers, but with black men? Are y'all raising your daughters to get on a black man's program? Or is the black wife effect only reserved for non-black men? Ooh, God damn, Z. Because if the black wife effect is only reserved for non-black men, then maybe a disproportionate amount or too many, in your mind, black male athletes don't end up with black women. Okay, and if y'all not raising your daughters to get on the black man's program, you don't know which one of these black men are going to blow up one day. Become a rapper, become a singer, become a football player, become a notable politician. If you're not raising your daughters to be a wife to a black man, then maybe your daughters don't deserve to be a wife to a black athlete, to a black male athlete. Maybe that's how the cookie crumbles. And 09 TJ, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. Man. Tom Robbins, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Y'all not raising your daughters to be on a black man's program? Well, she out here in the elements. Mr. Z, go play your element video, you damn right. And that it is, madam. It's cold. And literally in the Northeast, it's cold. Actually, large parts of the South, it's cold. And yes, I saw Passport OG's piece. Masterful. Masterful. Lady Boulay, if black parents, black mothers in specific, aren't raising their daughters to be on a black man's program, then their daughters are going to be out here in the elements. That means your daughter could end up with a black man. She could be single. She could go from relationship to relationship as an adult. She could end up with a white man, a Latino man, an Asian man, or another woman. And possibly, more than likely, just not have anyone, just chronically single. A little situationship here, a little faux relationship there, a little blink and you'll miss it thing over here, friends with benefits over there. I don't know what this is over here. I kissed a girl and I liked it over there. Huh? Yeah, that's gonna be your daughters. Just out here freestyling. So Tom Robbins, once again, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. So on that note, y'all, when we just hit the 2-hour mark, I want to come to y'all with this. Shout out to Lady Boulay. This ain't it. This is not it, Lady Boulay. The facts are not on your side, like none of them. This should actually be a shame, Lady Boulay. You should actually feel shame. A seasoned black woman continuing the lie from the cradle to the grave, everyone. It's always Jermaine's fault.
I'm done. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
The Black Manosphere came out of nowhere, everyone. Right? Yeah. All of these sexist, misogynist, misogynoirist, colorist, futurist, texturist, fatphobic black men came out the barbershop and took their barbershop language and posted it on the internet, and voila, the Black Manosphere appears. It has nothing to do with high-speed internet and social media democratizing the town square, and now black men get to speak and give their piece also, and black women simply just don't like it. Black women want to go back to the 80s and the 90s when racist white folks would put the thumb on the scales for them, and they were the ones with the microphone, and they just got to flame black men all day, every day, about how horrible and sexist and secretly LGBTQ black men are, and how just trash black men are. Black men are not sophisticated enough. Black men aren't educated enough. Huh? Black men are physically assaulting. Y'all know the word Mr. Z want to say. Well, all right, y'all. So on that note, we'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, for the love of God. And Mr. Z out.
You are now listening to Mr. Z Blackneffect.